Hello, my name is Joanne Keating. I'm the Instructional Technologist in the ITS department here at Widener University. I'm going to walk you through using Campus Recruiter to take classes, how to get around, and how to find help. Just so you're aware, the ITS department consists of 7 different branches. The one that you'll need to know about primarily is the help desk. Keep this in mind, please. ITS will never ask for your ID or your password in an email, and you need to let us know if that does happen in an email immediately. So how do you reach ITS and how do you get some help? Well, here are 2 ways, and I'm going to show you a few more as I proceed in this program. So let's get started. Okay? First things first, logging in. When you first come to widener.edu, you'll see at the top right there's a Campus Cruiser link. This is where you'll enter your login ID and your password, which you received by U.S. mail. This page here is the general overview. You'll see some Widener University news from different departments. There is a link where you can log in for more info, but I'll show you a little bit more about how to get extra help with that. When you first land, you're in what's called the dashboard of Campus Cruiser, and you'll see different channels. For example, your classes. There's a drop down that shows you all the different terms of classes. There are your clubs, your committees. There's the Cruiser Tutorials Committee, which allows you to learn everything you could want to know about Campus Cruiser. You have a lot of customization options where you can edit the channels and edit what you have here. The pencil up in the top right gives you that option. You'll see you have offices. Now I have many more than you will probably see on yours, but it's just the nature of my work. So then there's a calendar, and you can actually customize the calendar you see. You can customize your schedule. You can choose whatever layout you'd like. For example, I have 4 across on mine, so that would be the one on the far right. But whatever works for you, it's important that you make this be a comfortable place for you to land. You might not necessarily love what you see when you first get there, so go ahead in and make it your new digital home, because once you log in, this is where you will always be. So when you do customize, keep in mind that it will always look this way when you log in. And you'll see here, for examples, where you choose your column layout. Channels are what you see in the column. So basically for schedule, where I have it added in there, you'll see a description. You can have this include all of your classes if your teachers are adding calendars that you want to show up on your dashboard, or if there are certain clubs or committees or offices that you want to follow, you can actually have their schedule in your calendar. The bottom there where it says refresh time, you'll want to change that. The default is no. You'll want to change that to every 10 or 15 minutes, and that'll save you from being kicked out of Campus Cruiser when you maybe have a little bit of inactivity for a few moments. Up at the top, you'll see some quick links and a quick path. If you hover over anything in Campus Cruiser, it will tell you what the icon actually means. The profile is something interesting. You can add all of your information. You can find friends. Your faculty members can get to know you that way. So consider actually updating your profile sooner rather than later, and it'll help you out in developing your social life here, perhaps. So I'm going to take you out for a minute, and we're going to pretend that perhaps you need a little extra help. You don't remember your username or password or something like that. When you click Need Extra Help, you'll see this page takes you to ways to log in, to look up your login or to activate your account once you get it. If you forgot your password, this will take you into the point where you can answer the personal challenge questions that you set up when you did create your account. So just know the help is there at any time online, and you should be just fine. So let's talk about how you can get help here in Campus Cruiser. If something is not working, you need some help with your account or your login, or perhaps something in a program, or anything that you really need to get in touch with someone, you contact the help desk. That's extension 1047. It's 610-499-1047. The same thing is clicking that support button right there at the top of your Campus Cruiser. That will open a ticket. The second thing is if you're working in Campus Cruiser, you need to know how to do something specific. So you're on a page, you're in message boards, or you're in an assignment, or anything that you're doing, and you need help right away, and you want to help yourself. You can click the Help button at the top of the screen, and that will open help specific to the page that you're on. The third way is if you want some step-by-step instructions on the tools or the features, some Web 2.0 ideas of your own. You are members of the Cruiser Tutorials Committee and the Instructional Technology Resources Office that I manage, and perhaps you can find something extra or more interesting there. And then the fourth way is you need to open an immediate ticket and you want to use your own words. And that you will find the Submit a Help Desk Ticket button. You will find that on several pages throughout the ITS office, in the Instructional Technology Resource Office, in Cruiser Tutorials. And just remember, that's the same as clicking that support button at the top of the screen. So when you click a Submit Help Desk Ticket button, this is what you'll see. And you just put in your email address. Your email system is mail.widener.edu, and you have to decide what the problem is that you need. So you'll pick a category and you'll write your description. That opens an immediate help desk ticket, and someone will get back to you very quickly. So let's talk about how we use Campus Cruiser for communications and some ways that you might find your teachers and your instructors and professors are using it. So we know that communication in the classroom is not just face-to-face anymore, and we know that pretty much all of your classes are online because the content is online, and it's just a matter of how much time you spend in the same room. Do you expect to be able to send and receive information in digital formats? Do you expect it to be email every time? Do you want to see all your reminders, and do you want to deliver and accept assignments only in email? Our faculty members do use email a lot, but there are also some other options, and I'd like to show you what they may be as you may encounter them. Because although email is important to us, perhaps it's not the only tool and the best tool. If email is used to convey information, you have to be concerned with the fact that there are spam filters and personalized email settings, and not everyone might have the same program necessary to open an attachment you send. So you'll want to be considerate of that. And the other problem is there's no real tracking of an email. So perhaps you'll see that some of these other communication tools are used in your classes or in your clubs or committees. The first thing you'll see is announcements. Announcements can be within committees, clubs, and classes. So you'll see them right on your dashboard when you log in. And it's really nice. You can actually add attachments to them. So it kind of controls the email quota and the data storage. If you have really large files, you'll want to consider using announcements and attaching information that way. Also, it's a great way to make sure that people see your message that might get lost in email. The other thing you might see your faculty members using is class journals. So they'll use it for feedback on assignments or just as a one-to-one communication with you. You can also add attachments into the journal. It's really just a private email between you and your professor, and it keeps everything within the class rather than within your email system. And you can subscribe to it if you wanted to get it in your email. So I'm going to give you a few presentation and collaboration ideas that you might want to use or be asked to use in your classes. Not all your classes are going to be face-to-face with your faculty members. So you'll need to think of some other interesting ways that you can learn in this digital environment and that you can be a contributor and not just somebody who's watching what's going on. For example, what I've created here in this video, I've used two things. Jing captures narration and video. It also captures screenshots. And you can catch up to 5 minutes. The video that we did the walkthrough of the login was actually captured. And then on top of that, I'm using this tool here, Screencast-O-Matic, and that captures videos up to 15 minutes, captures narration. I could have had my webcam on too, and then you can instantly upload it to a YouTube channel. So you will see definitely some lessons and some pre-recorded lectures this way, and perhaps you can even make your own for any assessments that require that. Screencast-O-Matic is a great tool. Just so you know, it's free. Obviously, there are no Mac versus PC issues. You're creating it, you're uploading it into YouTube, and anybody can watch YouTube. So it's got 15 minutes to it, so you might need to make part one, part two, but really it's a terrific tool. I recommend you take a look at it. If you are doing recording, just here are a few hints you might want to make a note of. Okay, speaking in natural gestures, and be sure to test it out and get a good headset with a microphone. If you're working collaboratively with your peers or your professors, there are obviously many options. What you want to do is avoid this, the emailing back and forth with attachments, because let's face it, you just never know which version you're actually working on at any given point in time if there's more than one of you working on it. And you want to just kind of have that one document that everybody contributes to. And here are some options, wikis and Prezis. These are all collaborative. SkyDrive is terrific. If you're used to Google Drive, you're going to love SkyDrive because it's in Office format and you don't have to actually convert into anything special when you need to submit and turn it in. If you have an assignment that needs to be submitted that way. On Twidlet and Etherpad, they're just collaborative whiteboards that anybody can join in on. Of course, you probably know about Dropbox and Box.net. When you're using these collaborative things, it's not just for online classes anymore. You work together, you create together. It's not just a consumer type of thing. So although you might see your professors have perhaps Adobe Connect or something like that for a virtual classroom, you can have virtual meetings too where you're face to face and where you share things. Google Hangouts is terrific because you can share documents and share your screen. And then Skype, Uvu, FaceTime, they're a little bit more of a personal tool. They do work if you just want to have some quick FaceTime. And, well, didn't mean that FaceTime, but FaceTime to get together. But, Google Hangouts, I would say, is probably a preferred method for you. So that's the end of this presentation. Just so you know, these again are the 4 ways to get help. Don't forget, click support at the top of the screen. If you want to actually have somebody, get back to you quickly from the help desk, you can also call 1047. The help button is specific to the page or the function or the tool that you're in. Visit the office and committee or just find that help desk ticket. Thank you and good luck.